What's the matter, honey? Are you lost?
They told me to take a streetcar named Desire and then transfer to one called Cemeteries and ride 6 blocks and get off at Elysian Fields.
That's where you are now.
At Elysian Fields?
This here is Elysian Fields.
I've got to keep hold of myself.
Blanche!
Stella! Stella! Oh, Stella for Star! Now then, let me look at you.
Blanche, you sit down and let me pour the drinks. I don't know what we've got to mix with. Maybe a Coke in the icebox. Look and see, honey, while I'm...
No Coke, honey. Not with my nurse tonight. Where is...
Stanley? Bowling. He loves it. They're having a tournament.
Hey there, Stella, baby.
Don't holler at me like that.
You must be Stanley. I'm Blanche.
Stella's sister?
Yes.
Hello, where's the little woman?
In the bathroom.
Oh, I didn't know you were coming to town. Where are you from, Blanche?
Why, I live in Laurel.
In Laurel, huh? Oh yeah, in Laurel, that's right. Not in my territory. Liquor goes fast in hot weather. Have a shot?
No, I rarely touch it.
Some people rarely touch it, but it touches them often. I'm afraid I'll strike you as being the unrefined type. Stella spoke of you a good deal. You were married once, weren't you?
Yes, when I was quite young.
What happened?
The boy died. I'm afraid I'm going to be sick.
Well, well, well. I see you boys are still at it.
Where you been?
Blanche and I took it a show. Blanche is Mr. Gonzalez and Mr. Hubble.
Please don't get up.
Nobody's gonna get up, so don't be worried.
How much longer is this game going to continue?
Till we get ready to quit.
Poker is so fascinating. Could I kibitz?
You could not. Why don't you women go up and sit with Eunice?
Because it's nearly 2:30. Couldn't you call it quits after one more hand? Stanley, that's not fun. Makes me so mad when he does that in front of people.
You hens cut out that conversation in there.
You can't hear us.
Well, you can hear me, and I said to hush up.
This is my house, and I'll talk as much as I want to.
Stella, don't start a row.
He's half drunk. I'll be out in a minute. Drunk, you animal thing, you. All of you, please go home.
Stella, watch out. He's... Stanley, take it easy.
Take it easy.
You lay your hands on me, and I'll...
My sister's going to have a baby!
Terrible. Absolute lunacy.
Lunacy,
Get him in the chair.
absolute lunacy.
I want to go away. I want to go away.
Stella! Where is my little sister? Stella? Stella? Stella?
Mm-hmm.
Baby? My baby sister?
Blanche, what is the matter with you?
He's left?
Stan? Yes.
Will he be back?
He's gone to get the car greased. Why?
Why, I've been half crazy, Stella. When I found out you'd been insane enough to come back and here after what happened, I started rushing after you.
I'm glad you didn't.
What were you thinking of? Answer me. What?
I know how it must have seemed to you, and I'm awfully sorry it had to happen. But it wasn't anything as serious as you seemed to take it. In the first place, when men are drinking and they're playing poker, anything can happen. It's always a powder keg. He didn't know what he was doing. He was good as a lamb when he came back, and he was very, very ashamed of himself.
But you've given in and that isn't right. You're not old. You can get out.
I'm not in anything I want to get out of.
What, Stella?
I said I'm not in anything that I have any desire to get out of. Look at the mess in this room, and those empty bottles. They went through 2 cases last night. He promised this morning that he would quit having these poker parties, but you know how long such a promise is going to keep. People have to tolerate each other's habits, I guess.
I won't have you cleaning up for him.
Then who's going to do it? Are you?
Oh, let me think. If only a mind would function. We've got to get hold of some money. That's the way out.
I guess that money is always nice to get a hold of.
Stella, I can't live with him. You can. He's your husband. But how could I stay here with him after last night? With just those curtains between us?
Blanche, you saw him at his worst last night.
On the contrary, I saw him at his best. What such a man has to offer is animal force, and he gave a wonderful exhibition of that. But the only way to live with such a man is to go to bed with him, and that's your job, not mine.
After you've rested a little, you'll see that it's going to work out. You don't have to worry about anything while you're here. I mean, expenses.
I have to plan for us both, to get us both out.
You take it for granted that I'm in something I want to get out of. Now please tell me quietly what you think you found out about my sister.
Lie number 1. All this squeamishness she puts on. You should just know by the line she's been feeding Mitch. He thought she had never been more than kissed by a fellow, but Sister Blanche is no lily, haha.
What have you heard and from who?
Our supply man down at the plant has been going through Laurel for years, and he knows all about her, and everybody else in the town of Laurel knows about her. She is as famous in Laurel as if she was the President of the United States. Only she is not respected by any party. The supply man stops at a hotel called the Flamingo.
It's pure invention. There's not a word of truth in it, and if I were a man and this creature had dared to invent such things in my presence,
Honey, I told you, I thoroughly checked on these stories. Now wait till I finish. The trouble with Dame Blanche was that she couldn't put on her act anymore in Laurel. They got wised up after 2 or 3 dates with her, and then they quit, and she goes on to another. The same old line, same old act, same old hooey. But the town was too small for this to go on forever, and as time went by, she became a town character, regarded as not just different, but downright loco, nuts. And for the last year or two, she's been washed up like poison. That's why she's here this summer, because she's practically told by the mayor to get out of town.
I don't want to hear anymore.
She didn't resign temporarily from the high school because of her nerves. No siree, Bob, she didn't. They locked her out of that high school before the spring term ended. And I hate to tell you the reason that step was taken. A 17-year-old boy she'd gotten mixed up with.
We asked Mitch to come over for cake and ice cream.
I wouldn't be expecting Mitch over tonight. Mitch is a buddy of mine. You think I could face him if...
Stanley Kowalski. Did you repeat what that...
Yeah, I told him. I'd have that on my conscience the rest of my life if I knew all that stuff and let my best friend get caught.
I don't know why Stella wants to observe my birthday. I'd much rather forget it. When you reach 27, well, age is a subject that you prefer to ignore.
27?
What is it? Is it for me?
Yeah, I hope you like it.
Why, it's a...
Ticket, back home, on the Greyhound, Tuesday.
You didn't need to do that. You needn't be so cruel to someone as alone as she is.
Delicate piece she is.
She is. She was. You didn't know Blanche is a girl. Nobody was as tender, as trusting as she was. But people like you abused her and forced her to change.
Hey, what is it, Stella?
I think the baby's coming. Take me to the hospital.
Can I kiss you goodnight?
Why do you always ask me if you may?
I don't know whether you want me to or not.
Why should you be so doubtful?
That night when we parked by the lake and I kissed you.
Honey, it wasn't the kiss I objected to. I liked the kiss very much. It was the other little familiarity that I felt obliged to discourage. I didn't resent it, not a bit in the world. In fact, I was somewhat flattered that you desired me. But honey, you know as well as I do that a girl alone in the world has got to keep a firm hold on her emotions or she'll be lost.
I told my mother how nice you were and I liked you.
Were you sincere about that?
You know I was.
Why did your mother want to know my age?
She worries because I'm not settled.
Oh,
She wants me to be settled down before she dies because she's very sick.
you love her very much, don't you?
Yes, I do.
I think you have a great capacity for devotion. You will be lonely when she passes on, won't you? I understand what that is.
To be lonely?
I love someone too, and the person I loved I lost.
Dead? A man?
He was a boy, just a boy, when I was a very young girl. When I was 16, I made the discovery, love, all at once and much, much too completely. It was like you suddenly turned a blinding light on something that had always been half in shadow. That's how it struck the world for me. But I was unlucky, deluded. There was something different about the boy, a nervousness, a softness and tenderness which wasn't like a man's. I found out he was gay. And because of the shame, he shot himself.
You stand over there.
You got plenty of room to walk by me now.
Not with you there, but I've got to get out somehow.
You think I'll interfere with you? Come to think of it, maybe you wouldn't be bad to interfere with.
Stay back. Don't you come toward me another step or I'll...
What?
Some awful thing will happen. It will.
What are you putting on now?
I warn you, don't. I'm in danger.
What did you do that for?
So I could twist the broken end in your face.
I bet you would do that.
I will if you...
Oh, so you want to have some roughhouse. All right, let's have some roughhouse. We've had this date with each other from the beginning. Stella, come back. Don't leave.
Oh my God, Eunice, help me. Don't let them do that to her. Don't let them hurt her. Oh God, please God, don't hurt her. What are they doing to her?
No, honey, no, honey. Stay here. Don't go back in there. Stay with me and don't look.
What have I done to my sister? Oh God, what have I done to my sister?
You've done the right thing. The only thing you could do. She couldn't stay here. There was no other place for her to go.
Miss Dubois.
Whoever you are, I've always depended on the kindness of strangers.
Blanche.
Now, honey, now. The game is 7 cards stud.